So in our last class, we looked at states in reactjs, how to handle a state. So in today's class, we are going to take it a step further. So I want to take it a step further. Let's assume you have a state that looks like this. State. And inside this, I have divine. You know, these students become, this array becomes the value of students. Do you get it? Yeah. So if I want to display the students, I'll just say students like this. So this will display the array. But then there is a better way to, because maybe I want to display something like Taye is my student, Robert is my student, Divine is my student. You know, I can do something like this. What is student index 0?
0 is Taye.
Good. So I can say student index 0 is my student. So this is going to give me Taye is my student. So I can say student index 1 Robert, then student index 2 that will be Divine. So I have this. Let's break them. Let's add a little break here. Like this. So that I can go to the next line. We have this. Any questions so far? But you see, this approach is flawed because a lot of times your array, you see this array, a lot of times it can be a dynamic array. That is, it can be an array that changes frequently. You may be getting it from backend or from somewhere else, such that the array will be changing frequently. And aside that, imagine I have 1,000 students. Is this how I will keep typing it? Student index 0, student index 1, student index 2, student index 3 till I get to 1,000. That's problematic, right? So the better approach is to use map. So to do that, you say students. Remember, the reason we are putting this curly braces is because we want to write JavaScript codes. You now say dot map. Map is HOF. We looked at map in JavaScript. Map is an IORDER function that takes a function. We want to call on map. Map expects a callback function inside of it. Are you getting it?
Yes.
But then instead of this now be like this. So if I say div hello world, I'm going to see this hello world based on the number of items in students. Because there are 3 items in students, I will see hello world 3 times because I'm mapping students. Do you get this?
Yes.
Alright. So if you have an array and you map it, the codes inside that map will run based on the number of items in that array. So we have this hello world, hello world, hello world. But instead of displaying hello world, I want to display Taye, Robert, and Divine. This map takes a function. You know this is a function. Let me split it like this so that becomes clearer. You know this is a function. So it takes a function. Inside this function, you can put an argument here. I can call this var. This var automatically stands for each item in this array. So var will first be Taye, then I can say hello var. That will give me hello Taye. When it is done, var becomes the next item in this array. Var becomes Robert. This is going to give me hello Robert. Then var becomes the next item in this array, which is divine. Then it gives me hello divine. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
It's not a must to call it var, right? Oftentimes, we call it the singular form of this array. That is, since this is students, we call this student, the singular form. Student. So we can now say so this is going to give me Taye is my student, Robert is my student, Divine is my student. So we have this result. Are you confused?
No, sir.
Good, thank you. Now, but there is a little problem that we need to fix. If you check your terminal, you will see an error here. Let's fix the error together. You can see that let's refresh so that we see the error from the beginning. Each child in the list should have a unique key prop. Let's discuss this error and how we can remove this error. The problem is that in reactjs, this div, of course, this map is working like a loop. In fact, it's actually a loop, right? It's running a loop. This div is the one displaying these three items. So React is having a problem differentiating the three divs. I come again. This container is the one displaying these three items. So React is having a little problem differentiating this line from this line from this line. It's not that it's not doing it, but it's not doing it efficiently. So in order to help React needs to be able to differentiate the three lines. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Right. So when you have a map like this, and inside this map you have a callback function, this item here, the item here, right, it expects an argument called key, and this key is expected to be unique. This is what I mean. Let's start with this. It expects something called key, and this key is expected to be unique. So when I run this now, for the first div, the key will be student, which is Taye. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For the second div, the key will be Robert. For the third div, the key will be divine. So now when we check now, you can refresh now, you see that the error has gone. So with the key, it can easily differentiate the three divs. It can now differentiate this from this easily without any problem. Even though this solves the problem, it leads us to another problem. The error has gone, but the problem is that imagine I have another Robert here. And when you check again, you see a new error message. Encounter two children with the same key. Robert's key should be unique so that components maintain the identity across update, blah blah blah. So let's discuss what is going on. For this first div, the key is Taye. For this second, the key is Robert. For this third one, the key is divine. For this last one, the key is also Robert. And remember I said the key is what reactjs uses to differentiate them, right? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when two items now have the same key, React is unable to, or should I say is struggling differentiating the two divs. So two items should not have the same key. Any question?
Yes, sir.
That leads us to another solution, because you can only use the value inside your array as a key, provided you are sure that two items will not have the same values.
So,
If you are sure of that,
yeah, so
then
what if you have what if you have 35 have the same value?
is that?
And so what if you have two items that have the same value?
Yeah, that's it. That's what is currently happening. That's why you see this error in the console.
I mean, what is there a solution?
Is there a
I mean, is there a solution if you
Yes.
have two?
yes? There's a solution, and that's
Okay.
what yes, there's a solution,
Okay, sir.
and that's the next thing I want to consider. So this key is expected to be unique. Now, according to what we learned in JavaScript, I said this map can take another argument. The first argument in map refers to the values inside your array. The second argument in map refers to the index. Can you remember? Do you remember?
Not really, sir.
Okay, let's digress a bit. If I have an array like this, and I say 6, 9, 15, and I say dot map, I'm mapping this array. If I put var here, and I say return var plus 2, var will first be 6, 6 plus 2, that's 8, it will return 8. Then when it's done, var becomes 9, 9 plus 2, it will return 11. Then when it's done, var becomes 15, 15 plus 2, it becomes 17. Do you understand that part?
Yes, sir.
So at the end of the day, you're going to have 8, 11, 17 like this as a result. Let's take it a step further. This map can take another argument. The second argument stands for index. So I'll say, maybe I can say return let's use the bracket. This is what I'm doing here is just JavaScript, not React now, right? Not React. So if I say var is at position, let's look at this one. Now remember I said var will first be 6, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the index of 6?
0, sir.
0. So I will be 0. Do you get it? I will be the index of that value. So I will be 0. Do you understand it? If I is 6, then I will be 0. So it's going to return 6 is at position 0. When it's done, it picks the next value, which is 9. Var becomes 9, and I will be 1. It's going to return 9 is at position 1. When it's done, var becomes 15, and I becomes 2. It's going to return 15 is at position 2. Any questions so far? I can't tell you.
Yes, sir.
It's breaking. I can hardly hear you.
No question, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed. So, is this same concept I want to make use of here too? So, when student is Taye, I will be the first, the index of Taye, which is 1. Do you get it? When student is Robert, I will be the index of Robert, which is 1. When student is Divine, I will be the index of Divine, which is 2. When student is Robert, this last one, I will be the index of this particular Robert, which is 3. Do you get it? Should I come again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Students will first be the first value inside this array, right?
Yes, sir.
That means student will first be Taye, I will be the index of Taye. What is the index of Taye?
0.
So I will be 0. Do you get that part? So we can now say let the key be I. So the key here will be 0 for that one. Now for the next one, student will be Robert. I will be the index of Robert, which is 1. So the key here will be 1 for the second one. For the third one, student will be Divine. I will be the index of Divine, which is 2. So the key here will be 2 for the third one. Therefore, the next one, student will be this Robert. And I will be the index of this Robert, which is 3. So I did for that one. Okay.
Yes, sir. So that student comma I is not replacing.
It's not replacing?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. Do you get it?
Yes, sir. I'm getting it, sir.
Alright. So that makes the key to be unique because for the first one, key will be 0. For the second one, key will be 1. For the third one, key will be 2. For the last one, key will be 3. So with that, even if we have 2 values, let's refresh the page.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
so the I will be the key, right?
Yes, the I will now be the key, no longer the value. We are now using the index as the key.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, why can't you just use div key is equal to index? Why can't you just why can't you remove that student's comma index and then only use that div key is equal to I, equals to index, sir?
Now I should remove this student.
Yes. Why can't you remove that those first and use that div key?
Why can't you remove this part? Do you mean this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's come back to this place that you understand this better. This is what you just did here. I'm coming. You see this student.map. This is this part here. You see this inner part. This is this part here. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if I put I alone here, it's like removing this one.
No, I'm going to remove I also.
Okay, so I should remove
I'm
I.
going to remain. I'm going to remain the only div key and the index.
Okay, that we should remove this one. I get your question. Like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Good question. If you want this, it will not work. In fact, it will throw an error. Let's remove this part. Let's comment this part so that you understand. I will explain why you will see the error there. Student is not defined. You can see it's not even displaying anything, right? Student is not defined. I will also not be defined and all of that. Let's discuss the reason for that error. To understand this, I think it will be better to first use this. This var, he does not know the meaning of this var. Yeah, do you get it? The reason you can use var here is because you first put it here. If I call it Taye here, then this will be Taye. If I call this Robert, then each value will stand for, or Robert will stand for each value. So Robert will first be 6. It will display 6 is as position. He doesn't understand the meaning of this for now. So Robert will first be 6. It will display 6 is at position. Then Robert, when it's done, Robert becomes the next value, which is 9. It's become 9 is at position. Then when it's done, Robert becomes the next value, which is 15. Then it's going to display 15 is at position. So the reason you can use Robert here is because you first put it here. If it is A here, then this one will be A. So the first value here stands for each of the value inside this list, inside this array. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever value you put here stands for each value inside the list. So now it doesn't understand the meaning of this student because you didn't put it here. If you first put it here, then if it's not a must I call it student, I can call it anything. Then I can now say anything is my student. So anything will first be Taye is going to display Taye is my student. Then anything becomes Robert, then it's going to display Robert is my student. Then anything becomes Divine, then it's going to display Divine is my student. Then anything becomes Robert also, then it's going to display Robert is my student. Any question on that part? Alright. The same thing also applies to this. It doesn't understand the meaning of this I. Yeah, it doesn't understand. I is not defined. It doesn't know the meaning of the I. The reason you can use I is because you first defined it. Just like this. I will call this pros. So when A is 6, pos will be 0. So I can now say A, which is 6, is as position pos. So that's going to display A is as position, pos is 0, so that's going to be 0. A is as position 0. Then A becomes the next value, which is 9. There's going to pos will be 1. It's going to display A, which is 9, is as position pos. Pos is 1. That is 1. A is at position 1. Then A becomes the next value here, which is 15. Pos will be 2. There's going to display A is at position, pos is 2. That's position 2. Any question on that part?
No worries, sir.
Alright. So that is why before you can use the high here, you must first have defined it here. If you call it index here, then we can make use of it here. Can make use of it. So now this will work fine again. Tayo is my student, About is my student, Divine is my student, About is my student. I think that we can stop here, and I'll give you an assignment to work on. Here's the assignment. Create a table. But before then, I will do a little class. Yeah, create a table. But before then, I will do a little classwork with you that will make it. Yes. Yes, it's the same way. I'll do it.
Will it be the same tag and element inside this GSX?
Yes, the same tag, the same element. So I will do a little task with you that I think will help you to solve the assignment. Right. Today is Sunday. Our next class is on Tuesday, which is close. So.
I have a request, sir.
Okay.
I think that Tuesday class. I mean, maybe you should start done it. Maybe shift it to Wednesday, sir.
There are two of you that should.
So our class will be Sunday and Wednesday, sir.
We can't make that decision here, being that there are two of you that should be in this class, you and Mr. Divine. So.
Maybe we should say it in the group, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, if that is the case, we can make it up on the group, and if you are like it. That's why before we fix this, I always ask us to suggest, right, so that we can pick a day that will be convenient for us. So, but I understand that maybe Tuesday is no longer convenient for you, right? We can make it up on the group, and we all will weigh in and see the best time for everybody. Okay. Now, I'll do a little classwork with you, then I'll exercise, then you do assignment. I'll give you an assignment on it. So here is it. I want to display something like this. 1 type 2 about 3 divide 4 something like this. So let's see how we can do this together. Here is our array. Let's first go to the easy way method. I'll say, you have UL and OL from your first stage. UL is on ordered list. OL is ordered list. So we can have OL. Inside this, I can say li. Then I'll say 1 will be type Taye will be.
And I went to. There's not much you use one, sir. That is already it's a number myself, sir.
I can't tell you well, please.
I mean ordered list will be numbered by itself.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. Orderly. Thank you. Orderly will number it itself. Thank you. So I can now say, Taye, that will be students. Index 0. Copy. Paste. Index 1. Index 2. And index 3. So, of course, this should be inside curly braces, so that associates as JavaScript codes. You can see we have this result, which is nice, right? But again, there's a little problem here, because if there are thousands of items there, I won't be able to do this. I'll be able to do this. It will be too long too. And if this list is dynamic, I'm interchanging list with array. I think when we did JavaScript, I mentioned that lists, you can call it arrays, you can call it list. So if this array is dynamic, you won't be able to keep up with the changes, or you may not be able to. So this part, we can use map for that, since it's repeating. So you can say the name of the array students dot map. So let's first do it like this, so that we only use. Now what we want to do is this. I'm inside this OL. The part that I want to repeat is the LI. Remember the other time? Sorry, I should have done something like this. Let's comment out this part so that we can. It's always referred to it, and it will be easier to understand now. Now we only have one OL, but we have repeating LIs. We have repeating LIs. So it is this LI part that you want to put in a map. If you repeat this OL, that means we have multiple OL on your page. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So let's say OL like this. So we can now say students, that's map, like this. So let's first put students alone here. Alright. So I'll just say hi. So if you run this, how many highs will you see on the page?
Is it 4, sir?
Good, thank you. So it's going to run this I based on this LI based on the number of items in students, and because there are 4 students here, you will see first eyes on the page. Now instead of this, now you can now display students like this. Remember, the student represents each item in students, so that's going to display Taye, Robert, Divine, Robert. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Now, but like I said, when you are using a map like this, each item must have a unique key. So because I want to add a key, I'll come here. I'll come here. I will add the second argument, which is the index. So I can now say key equals to the index. So that removes that error. That removes the error. So now we have this Taye, Robert, Divine, Robert. Good, Abby. You understand this very well.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now assignments. I want you to do this for me. You have a table. Inside your table, you have T-head. Inside the T-head, you have TR. You have TH. You can say serial number. You have another TH. Name, like this. Then you have T body. like this. Inside it you have your TR. Inside it you have your TD. Then you have one. You have the first name right here. Copy, paste. This will be 2, and this will be about. Copy, paste. This will be 3, and this will be divine. Copy, paste. This will be 4, and this will be over. So that at the end of the day, you will have a table. The table will have this. In fact, let's put this in the HTML in the display part so that you can see the result I'm saying, or that I want you to give me. So here's the result I want you to give me. Let's give it. I can style it a bit. I'm just put border. I think this will give me maybe right. Okay, it's not. I even thought it would make it right now. Okay, so I have this. So this is what I want you to give me, right? This is it. But now, like I've been saying since the beginning of the class, if there are 1,000 names here, then you know that it's not going to be cool to continue to do this TR, TD, and all. No. So you want to use your map to make it better, right? So that's the assignment. Do you have any question? Do you have any? Alright. So in answers of questions, we meet on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on whatever we're able to agree on the group. Have a lovely night. Thanks for coming. Good night.